June 12th. An Amber Alert has been issued for 2 children out of Brunswick County believed to be in danger. WECT reporter Randy Aldridge.
The search began after concerns were raised by the Department of Social Services about the boys' safety and welfare. The boys were last seen yesterday in the Oak Island and Supply areas. Investigators tried to find them at a home in Supply, and they believe the boys are with their father.
Charlotte-Mecklenburg climate leaders and a few city council members are calling for a 5-month moratorium on data center development in Charlotte. Those who live around it, like Antoinette Mingo, say it caught them off guard.
We want to live a good quality of life like everyone else. Help us to keep the value of our homes.
You're listening to NCI News.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code WALK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. On June 1st, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office got a report that between January of this year through May of this year, 2 employees embezzled property from FedEx. The investigation revealed that about $28,000 worth of electronics had been stolen from the delivery truck. On June 3rd, the Sheriff's Office Property Crimes detectives arrested 24-year-old Christopher Webb of Dunn. He is facing multiple charges and was taken to the Cumberland County Detention Center. On June 3rd, the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office also arrested 25-year-old Jahan Scott of Fayetteville. He is also facing multiple charges. Join the city today as we come together for Wear Orange in recognition of Gun Violence Awareness Month. Connect with community partners, access free safety resources, learn how we can work together to prevent violence in Cumberland County. The event is 9 a.m. until noon at the Cumberland County Department of Health. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
It's heating up for the upcoming weekend. We're back to some summer-like weather with highs in the 90s. Today, it's a hot afternoon, lots of sunshine. High temperatures climb into the lower to middle 90s today. Overnight tonight, it's partly cloudy and still pretty comfortable. Temperatures will fall into the low 60s tonight. Mostly sunny skies heading into Saturday, another hot day with highs back in the low to mid 90s. I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the NCN Weather Center.
Angelic Florist Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville, is family-owned and operated, proudly serving the Fayetteville area. Whatever the occasion, Angelic Florist Creations can create a floral arrangement or gift for any occasion or holiday. Angelic Florist Creations has prompt, friendly, and caring service. If you want to say you care, you can always say it with flowers from Angelic Florist Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville. Call 910-485-2205.
It's one of life's simplest comforts. Turning on the tap and knowing clean, safe water's there. A glass before bed, a warm shower in the morning, water to cook, clean, and care for loved ones. So often, it's something that can be taken for granted. But behind every drop is a commitment to quality, safety, and service. At Fayetteville PWC, providing award-winning water is more than a service. It is a responsibility and a point of pride. Delivering clean, reliable water remains a top priority for Fayetteville and surrounding communities every single day, because clean water supports healthy families, strengthens neighborhoods, and helps communities thrive today and for generations to come. Discover more about the difference quality water makes at faypwc.com. Fayetteville PWC, always there, always on, always built to serve.
Pastor T.C. Leak of Smith Temple Church of God in Christ. We invite you to come and share with us in our services Sunday morning, our Sunday school at 10 o'clock, 11:35, morning worship. We have healing and deliverance every first Sunday night. We invite you to come and share with us in that service, and God will bless you and do you good. God bless you, and heaven smile upon you, is my prayer.
Wake up, catch the vision, join the team. This is Pastor Reginald Johnston of My Father's House Christian Church right here in Fayetteville. We want you to wake up and join the team. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's good when we come together. We're one body, many parts. We desire that you wake up and join the team. It's good to be a part of Wake Up. Wake up, join the team. We will see you in Jesus' name. God bless you.
This is Pastor Neil of the New Covenant Christian Faith Church Ministries, 5427 Murkison Road, and I am proud to be a member of Wake Up.
Neil of New Covenant Christian Faith Church Ministry, and you are listening to Wake Up.
Bless the Lord. I'm Dr. Ann T. Newell, pastor of the Soul Harvest Apostolic Church, the church not just there in the community, but there for the community of Spring Lake, North Carolina. We're looking for more than a few good men and women to join the team. Iron sharpeneth iron. We may have what you need. You may have what we need. Catch the vision. Join the team. Join Wake Up.
Pastor E. Kenneth Wells, Locks Creek AME Zion Church. You're listening to Wake Up.
This is Bishop Johnny Ray Jr. of the Churches of Worship Worldwide, Apostle J.A. McDonough, 2118 Owen Drive. We are proud to be a part of the Wake Up. Come and join the
This is Apostle Norman Wilson Neal and Evangelist Carolyn Murphy of Word of Life Teaching and Deliverance Broadcast, and you are listening to Wake Up.
Any views or opinions presented on this program are solely those of the host and do not necessarily represent those of the owners, management, staff, advertisers, or sponsors of this radio station. It is not our intent to make any defamatory statements or infringe upon the rights of any human being. Any such communication is contrary to our core values and belief as hosts of
Sharing
Heartbeat.
information and inspiration. You are listening to Heartbeat on WIDU, the We Do Network.
Shh. Heartbeat.
Listening to Heartbeat.
You tune in to Heartbeat.
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 Heartbeat. You're listening to Heartbeat.
You tune in to Heartbeat. You tune in to Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Welcome and good morning. Wake Up continues on your community source of great inspiration and information. You know who we are. We're WIDU 1600 AM, WIDU 99.7 FM. We're also available on Facebook Live and YouTube. Be sure to like, share, and comment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wake Up continues. It's time now for Heartbeat Radio Talk Show. And let me remind you that, they allow you, the listening audience, to call in Phone lines are open. We'll be open throughout the duration of the program at 910-483-6111. We have perfect, excellent attendance today. The gents are here looking good, doing good, and ready to give us today's presentation of Heartbeat Radio Talk Show with Wake Up. Let us welcome and say good morning to the team, our family, the crew, the men of true great valor. To know them is to love them. We have live in studios the great Archbishop J.L. Gabo. We also have the senior man of the crew, Pastor Dr. Ron Gabo. Best for last, coach of the crew, Minister Tony Billingsley. Good morning, Heartbeat team, Heartbeat family. We're ready for you. Take it away.
Thank you, Tammy, for the promotion, but I just don't want to be a chief or anything at this point. Just lay low and thank God for his soon return. Hey, guys, you got to dance like nobody is watching, love like you've never been hurt, sing like there's no one listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. Good morning, world. This is John Godbolt.
I'm Ron Godbolt.
And I'm Tony Billingsley.
And this is Heartbeat Flight 2026 on Wake Up, where we still believe that the truth is the truth if no one believes it. And a lie is still a lie, even if everyone believes it. It's the day of deceit. Keep your eyes open, ladies and gentlemen, and be aware of what's happening around you. Let me say hello to our friends in, let's start with Laurinburg today, WEWO Laurinburg, Tammy's hometown. We appreciate you guys, 92.5 FM, and do not forget 1460 AM. We cannot forget our AM folk as well. Lumberton, WAGR, 97.1 FM, and then right there, we appreciate you guys on the FM area, 1340 FM, AM, excuse me. Red Springs, my metropolitan friends, we surely love to hear from you. Glad to get the station back up and running, things going well, and y'all keep praying. Folk trying to find things that don't belong to them and try to steal. We got to get them straight. 98.5 FM in Red Springs and 1160 AM as well. Appreciate you all. The flagship in the city as I can't remember the pastor's name now. He used to say, Pastor McNeil, Elder McNeil, you said, the God bless city of Fayetteville. WIDU 1600 AM and 99.7 FM. It is so good to be with you. Let's say happy birthday to those celebrating birthdays. My son-in-law and daughter celebrated their 31st wedding anniversary Wednesday. Happy anniversary, as they are still celebrating somewhere. All right, if you're celebrating a birthday, we love to hear from you as well. And the captain's going to sing that song for you. He's tuned up, been waiting for some time. He's been waiting for some time. Let's talk about Grief Share, Doc.
Grief Share, they got a new 13-week session that started Wednesday, June 3rd, and they'll be meeting every Wednesday from 10 to 11:30 at the church, 918 Person Street here in the city of Fayetteville, North Carolina. You know where the Wiener Works are, you're right across the street, we're right across the street from the Wiener Works. And there's an online session that you can get involved in if you'd rather be online. It takes place on Saturdays from 9 to 10:30. You need to call the church at 910-323-8889. They give you the information for either one, whatever questions you have. There's a number you can put in there that asks for Grief Share, and Sister Angela Caraway Williams will call you back and follow up with you.
All right. We got 4 topics, kind of sort of talk with about today. Dr. Ron's going to lead us off with the government involvement in NIL, name, image, and likeness, the system itself. We're also going to talk about the challenges facing college graduates in the job market and some things we need to be aware of. Had a good conversation with somebody a minute earlier this morning about that. We got a comeback, another Michael Jordan comeback. The name is Serena Williams. We'll tell you more about that as we go forward. And if we have time, we're going to talk about the NBA Finals. We had one game night before last. We're going to have another one tonight, I believe. So anyway, we'll talk about that as well. Health tip and a did you know? All that's coming your way. Stay locked in. We'd love to have you to hear from you. We got Bishop Mark Rowden answering the phone today. Make sure you say hello, Bishop. He's the Archbishop, not me. All right, let's get started, Doc. What you got there now? The government involvement in NIL, the system. If you don't like where you go when you've been drafted, go back to college. Is that be a possibility? What you got?
Yeah, that's one of the possibilities, and
Okay.
that's not a bad deal. But what you're finding is more and more. There's more executive actions being taken targeting this NIL, requiring compensation to align with actual fair market value, and the list goes on. And every time there's a new senator bringing up something about that, and and my concern is, especially when I saw Nick Saban up there talking to the congressman about it wasn't fair, it's not good, and all that money he made, and nobody else could make money like he was making money. He was like the top paying coach in America. And he had a choice to leave when he wanted to. He left one school, went to another school, made more money. I agree that there needs to be some more guidelines, but at least these kids are getting paid and getting some money for using their name, image, and likeness on stuff where they couldn't get a dime for that.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, 100%. We definitely need oversight, and the NCAA already has a governing body,
right?
And we have state legislatures and laws that the states could regulate this, but now we've got the federal government involved in oversighting NIL. And it screams to me money. Professional sports. There are no more amateur sports in the world, particularly in America, even at the high school level, because kids can find compensation for their talents and abilities, even at the high school level. They're receiving incentives. So we've got to be very careful how we do things and how we monitor this oversight and how we distribute this money. I agree that these athletes, especially in college, should be paid for their name, image, and likeness. They should receive just compensation, especially when these institutions are making millions of dollars off of an individual.
Hundreds of millions.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
And as you were mentioning Nick Saban, I researched one time, probably about 2 years ago, that Alabama, that great university, had a budget for football that was over $200 million a year.
Yeah.
And so that can pay for a lot of things.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to appreciate someone who's going before the Senate when you have that elite status, and you've got other schools that don't have that opportunity. The smaller college, mid-level colleges.
Yeah.
But there's something I was noticing: the Student Athletic Fairness and Enforcement Act for college athletes, and it says if you don't like where you're drafted, you can go back to college. That was one of those, and then international students, also athletes, can finally make money as well. I'm looking at those options. Uniform-sponsored patches, put those on them. Like NASCAR, they do that all the time. They call it the Peacock Exclusive Games. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but it has a lot to do with these games that have their focus on, of course, all about making money. And then, of course, the student-athlete payment, making it private. Because I don't know when all this is going to stop, but I think one of the biggest things is when you start looking at anything that gets exposed like that, our children, our young people, lose value in the sense of what's important in life, and then they start making money, and money becomes their image, their God, and their likeness become more important than the fact that, okay, we're entertaining, but also what values do I hold? Should I hold as well?
Yeah. And the tenets, even as far back as ancient Greece, the tenets for sports was to build character in individuals.
Sure.
By having them participate in various types of sporting activities. That seems to be going out of the window. when you could look up to the star athlete in your school or your institution. Now it's more about monetary gain and about how famous I can become overnight.
Yeah, and the other scary part about this is you take a kid in that college level and he's making that money, but he's not working to get a degree or future, and he don't make pro.
Okay.
That's where, I think that the more concern need to be on how do you help those people, because they got it so they can do almost 5 years now, but eventually they got to leave that level.
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, and even if the individual is able to go into the professional ranks, the longevity of professional ranks is probably 5 to 6 years at the most. And we know the sad story behind many professional athletes.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple of years after they finish playing and retire, many of them are in financial straits.
I was thinking about how many of these athletes graduate. There was a number like for each, every time 10 made it to the pros, 100,000. 100,000 was almost a number of those who don't. And again, there were some guys who recognized their skills in college was good, but they're not going to make that kind of money when they get to the next level. So they stayed an extra year and played for college rather than going forward.
Yeah. It seems that the things that the federal government should become involved in, particularly involving human and civil rights, they don't get involved in. But when it comes to something like this, they're going to institute this Protect College Sports Act, and they're going to probably have more oversight than necessary, because I believe the NCAA governing body and college chancellors and presidents, along with state legislators, can monitor NIL.
Yeah. And it's, you hate to say it, but it goes back to the color. They don't be trying to regulate other sports like they do football and basketball, mainly because we're the majority. There's no cap, and I realize that there's no cap on baseball players, on the baseball team either. They can make as much as they want to, pay as much as they want. The money the Dodgers paying them players is unreal.
Unreal.
And nobody said nothing about let's cap them off,
Yeah, because most of them don't look like people of color. Yeah. So when you think about all of this, I'm looking at another angle, always trying to follow the dollar. That's the bottom line, follow the dollar. And then, of course, that is another group of people that if you get them on your side in politics, then you can garner more votes. But now, if you're talking about messing with something that's stinky, that's already tactile in this origin, you got people pulling from one side or the other already, and it's already a quagmire. Well, I can't get much change on that, but if I get this side working with me, I can get some more votes. Well.
You're absolutely right about the dollar, and I'm one of these kind of individuals. I can see the emperor's new clothes. I know he's naked. And he's naked. And now that gambling is legalized throughout our nation, for sports, you see, you can't even watch a competition without them advertising that you can gamble, and you can gamble on. How many times the player sitting on the bench will sneeze?
Any way you put some money out there. That was one of the things I did. I'm like you. I did not realize how much of it was happening. I'm watching a sporting event, and these things come up at the bottom. Then the advertisement comes on when it goes off. And I'm seeing all these folk at a bar, and they say, "Oh, so what?" Because I mute commercials. I don't listen to commercials. I'll mute them if I can. And then I said, let me see what's going on here. So I realized that was more advertisement for gambling. They're already making money. Now we're moving sports overseas. We're getting markets, bigger markets.
Absolutely.
And this thing is so big, it comes back. We're back to the gladiators in the days of gladiators fighting from the arenas and people screaming. And like you said, when these guys and women lose money, the athletes' lives are being threatened. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
This one guy just warming up, and somebody sitting on the bench in the stadium saying, "Hey, I lost money because you didn't play."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's out there.
Yeah.
And they don't have any respect for human life.
Yeah. Like I say, I can see the emperor's clothes are not that fantastic.
No, they're not.
They're not.
Yeah, and that's one of the pressures of these college kids that they're getting under is this gambling thing, because people are losing money, and when people lose money, they lose their mind, and they're threatening these athletes. So that's the kind of thing the government needs to be involved in. How do you keep that from happening?
Yeah, and it's becoming so prolific that we don't have very many college athletes staying around for 4 years to play at an institution, particularly in football and basketball.
Oh yeah,
and graduate, as Dr. John was saying, and receive a degree.
I just got a text from DL. He was saying the baseball team have a separate television contract with local affiliates. With that being said, you get someone like the LA, a big market, LA, New York, the bigger markets, compared to the smaller market like Milwaukee. So in these other leagues share each other's equal baseball, 81 games at home, 81 games away. So when you got the big market like that, man, I mean, you bring in the bucks.
The money coming in.
The money's coming in. Thank you, DL, for sending that to us. But here's a lot of this as we talk about young men and young women. And I hate that the media will do this, and we know this as educators. Your frontal lobe doesn't develop until 25, 26. I mean, you don't have breaks in your life to say, whoa, I don't need to do this. Maybe I need to think about this. Until you're 25, 26 years old, and sometimes 27 or 28. These kids are coming out and going playing pro basketball, 20 years old. I saw a couple of them not too long ago. And then I'm looking at all the others. And they've got sometimes 6, 7, 8 years before they finally get breaks. You can get so caught up into so many things before you realize that you're messing up your life in 8 to 10 years. I mean, 6 to 8 years, I'm sorry. And that's a piece that if you're going to do some legislation, somebody need to talk and to make sure you understand how to help these young men and women make better choices before they get to that point.
Because many of them, as you say, never recover from some of these incidents that they become involved in.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Hey, look, we need to go right into our Did You Know and health tips, and then we'll take the second half of our show. We want to keep this fast hour moving slower, but it is what it is as we talk about. Let's do a Did You Know first. How about that? You guys got a Did You Know? Okay.
Yeah, did you know, I thought Tammy might like this, nails grow faster during hot weather.
Your nails grow faster during hot weather.
The hot weather.
I don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know who researched that, but somebody's watching
measuring
it. What you got?
Identical twins don't have the same fingerprints. Fingerprints are heavily influenced by environmental factors in the womb, like womb position and umbilical cord length, rather than genetics. And I did not know that.
Wow, I didn't know.
The umbilical cord length. Amazing.
And the position that the child has in the womb.
Yeah, Tim is going to. Tim looking at her nails. She's going to measure them this summer.
She'll measure them today.
She'll measure them in the winter.
Summer, she's going to measure.
Speaking of baseball, did you know that Babe Ruth wore a cabbage leaf under his hat when he played?
Wow.
A cabbage leaf to keep cool during the games, and he would change it every 2 innings. Wow. A cabbage leaf.
A cabbage leaf.
Kept him cool.
Kept him cool.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
That's
I
something.
think I've heard of that for some reason, but I've never tried it, and I've been in some hot tobacco fields. I've had to go back again. I think I tried something.
Cabbage leaf.
I tried something.
Yeah, they got things now that I've got some of those that you can. It's got some kind of solvent inside of a handkerchief. You wet it and wrap it around your neck.
Oh yeah,
it keeps you cool that way as well. Got a health tip, gents?
Yeah, I talked last week about breakfast was important. Now I'm talking about lunch.
Okay.
Lunch isn't just a break in the middle of the day. It's a chance to refuel your body and recharge your brain. Eating a healthy lunch can help avoid the afternoon slump, keeps your energy steady, and makes it easy to stay focused and productive throughout the rest of your day. When you include a mix of lean protein, whole grain, veggies, and healthy fats, you're giving your body the tools it needs to power through meetings, errands, or whatever else is on your plate.
Now, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't say anything about the snacks that have cookies and the Nance this, all that bread that you want to put together to hold that sandwich. Okay, please be aware of that. What you got, Coach?
We talk about this, but we don't do a lot about it. Prioritize your sleep. Sufficient restful sleep is crucial for immune, bodily functions, memory, and cognitive performance. Set and keep regular sleep hour schedules and avoid screens 30 minutes before you go to bed.
That's it. I've learned that, boy, I'm telling you. Okay, my tip is a personal tip that I figured out when I was talking with my brother-in-law. We were just having this conversation about our mouthwash. He had to have his liver checked, and in that process, the doctor said, "Look, you can't be drinking. You can't drink in the." He said, "Doc, I don't drink." He said, "You don't understand. You can't be drinking." And he explained to him that I'll say it, Listerine, that you are using your mouthwash as your mouthwash has 27% by volume alcohol in it.
Wow.
27%.
So you're rinsing with that still goes in your body.
Yeah. And even though you're rinsing with it, and there's some people who swallow it.
I never swallowed it.
But actually what happens is you find traditional antiseptics and therapeutic mouthwashes contain alcohol or typical ethanol, which is a concentration and it's anywhere from 14 to 27%. So I pulled up the bottle and started reading, and this particular one that I had at that time has 21% by volume alcohol in it.
I need to check mine as soon as I get to the house.
Yeah, and I changed it. I went back and found that you can buy alcohol-free. Like, for instance, the original Listerine antiseptic has approximately 26.9% ethanol. It kills the bacteria, but you can blow in a breathalyzer behind that and make it register.
Oh my God!
Now the Cool Mint, the one that I like, and I said 21, but it's actually 22% in the Cool Mint. Septicol, the other mouthwash, I can't see how many it has in it, but traditionally anywhere from 14 to 27% alcohol in there. So you have to make sure that when you go there, especially if you're having challenges with your liver or any internal organs, or you may have something else going on, be aware of that.
It makes sense because we know that scientifically digestion starts in the mouth. So even if you're just rinsing or gargling with it, you're going to consume some of that alcohol.
Yeah, there's an absorption rate there. Yeah, to that, even in your mouth. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. You can, and I went back and found it. Listerine does have an alcohol-free mouthwash. So keep that in mind, okay? As we move on in this fast hour, let's talk about jobs, future. I'm talking about athletes now. Hello, John. Graduates from college. And speaking of graduates, we got to talk about this graduation, high school graduations. I'm getting a headache trying to figure out what's going on there with the screaming and all. But I figured out something When one of the graduations, I think for your niece, your granddaughter, I think they put out 41 people. The one I attended, they put out 32, I believe, just screaming. But what got my attention was this. One of the guys, when he was going out, told the man, I'll be back next year. Then it dawned on me, so it's not about the person that's graduating. It's about you defiling. It's about you rebelling.
I believe you're on something
It's more
right
about
now.
rebelling a system than it is about really cheering on someone. So I think we're headed toward a change even in graduation pretty soon. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we should. Dr. Ron and I were talking about this one day, and people don't realize that when you make all that commotion and that noise, the person's name behind you that's being announced, nobody can hear it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you delay the ceremony because even though the county owns the building, you got to be out of there by a certain amount of time.
Yeah. I was appreciative of the man calling the names. He waited until the people calmed down so he can call the next name so their parents could hear the one I did attend. But it's just something we've got to share with our folk. If you're going to have something that's dignified, let's make sure that you invite the right people if you can. And those who already know, they getting up yelling, knowing them what we put out.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, how did we get there?
I was near one, and they hollered, and the guy was pointing, and he said, "Don't come up here. We leave it anyway." Yeah. You know, he thought they was marching out. I mean, just
no kind of respect.
Boy, I hate to admit it, but when they did that, if I knew who the child was. Wasn't no diploma in that jacket.
No. Oh yeah,
when they got to the back, I told them, me and the principal said, you got to come back in a couple of weeks and pick this up.
Yeah.
And it could be devastating for some of those young folk if indeed you need your transcript for college.
That's right.
Because you got to pass. You got to prove that you graduated to get that next level, no matter how much scholarship
or some scholarship you're trying to get.
Yeah. And that could be devastating. So, like I said, when you're just trying to make a point, and you want to be the rebellious, you want to be the show, then that's what you do.
And the sad thing about it is the kids can't tell the parents what to do or control the parents. And I'm sure I hope they told the parents don't do that, but but you have to penalize somebody, so you end up penalizing the children.
And sometimes the ones raising the most commotion and making the most noise did nothing to help that child get through school.
That's what I'm talking about.
They just want to come out there. Hopefully they graduated from high school themselves. But the other thing is, I can almost see it coming to the day where young people come into a setting like that. You have a speaker, you have everybody stand up and say to them, you are now graduates, move your tassel to the other side. I hate that. But eventually,
that's what's going to come.
Yeah, because when I count up, I say, okay, we got 400 kids graduated and about 30 of them cut up. That's a low percentage compared to those that did honor what you asked. However, it doesn't take but a few percentages to change everything. For instance, if you go to a restaurant and you see it's 90 rather than 95, you might not want to eat there. That's enough to say,
I don't need it.
It's 90, but I don't want to eat there, or something like that. So we're saying, do we want to continue that sort of, that kind of commotion? Is it enough to say, okay, it's enough for us to make a major change? It's something to think about. I would hate it because I got some more grandkids to graduate, and I got some more nephews and nieces and loved ones I want to see walk across the stage, and we honor them.
But the other problem with it is the college level. The college level do kind of pretty much all they want to do. Stepping, jigging, jagging. And when the high school kids see that, they think they can do the same thing at the high school graduation. So everybody need to be on the same sheet of music, I think would help getting the message if they started down in kindergarten. When they had the graduations, everybody hold your applause to the end.
And those kinds of acts, and this is just me personally, diminish the sanctity and the honor of the degree or diploma that you're receiving. And I've been in some foreign countries where the ceremonies are very dignified, and you get a sense of, oh wow, this person really worked hard to get what they got. But when you turn it into a party or festivity, that's well, you can do that anywhere.
Yeah, one of the things we ought to do a show on is where should things be honored. We talk about the courts when the judge come in. There's a certain or atmosphere. We talk about funerals. We talk about weddings. Well, when do we say, okay, this is a place you can do it, or a time? Even if you say, let's keep it quiet, reverent in high school, but by the time you get to college, okay, you can do it then. I don't know. I'm just saying we need to talk about it.
Yeah, we need to talk about it. I listened to Apostle Paul Hansen this morning talking about leadership in the church. And boy, I tell you what, I don't want to get off on another subject, but you profess one thing, and you profess to be a certain way, and then our actions don't address what we say. We need to check ourselves, and that's in the church and in organizations. I went to had a doctor's visit, and the people in there that I knew were like nurses or attendants. The way they were dressed and the way they acted, I thought, I hope you're not in the room I'm going in.
Yeah. Well, all of that is, when you start talking about leadership and what we do by example, people watch what you do, not what you say. And that's going to be a part of the growth process, or the end of change for all of us in America or any country, or our families. I mean, we don't have to go all the way to the government. We can look at how we're raising our children, what the examples we set as parents, as pastors, as leaders, all the way. All that's important. Anyway, since we're on growing up, let's talk about college, young men and women coming out of college, and the possibilities of jobs not being there, or at least not like it used to be.
Not like it used to be. As I pulled some of this information up, I look right here in the grand city of Fayetteville, young people graduating from college between the ages of 22 and 27 are facing a 5.6% unemployment rate in our local area.
And these are college grads.
These are college grads.
Okay.
Entry-level jobs are scarce in our area. Now, if we look nationwide, that is compounded significantly.
I pulled up a YouTube where algorithm me looking at education, and algorithm came up about the top 10 HBCUs in America, and they were looking at their graduation rates. I was thinking, Fayetteville State's better than Fayetteville State. We got that part. We're gonna be in the top 10. Of course, we didn't make it because our graduation rate was higher. But I also noticed that the average income of these college graduates, all these HBCUs, including Howard, none of them was over $56,000.
Wow.
Because 40% of those graduates are working in fields that don't require college education.
Bingo. Now, see, that's the point. You get this degree, but you can't get a job in that field that you spent the money for. There are engineers I know who wind up becoming school teachers with a degree in engineering from NC State.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I have a relative that graduated from Howard University, went to Howard the medical school there, completed his residency and all, and as a radiologist, and he is now teaching at a major university.
Yeah.
Rather than practicing
medicine.
Yeah.
Now, medicine is another story. I've got some. One day we're going to bring in some African American doctors and let them. I've got several of them. I don't mean just one. Several who can tell you how difficult they make it for you as a medical doctor to get in that field, and some of them who just decided it wasn't worth the hassle. But still, again, research shows us even the Fortune 500 companies are not going to hire near as many people, because AI is one of the tools they're looking toward to become a way to say, we don't have to worry about your insurance, we don't have to worry about retirement or any of those other things that we have to pay people for.
I was in a conversation with someone yesterday about AI. So, well, is AI really displacing individuals, and is it really effective? They felt like that was something for the future. I said, no, we're already into it.
Yeah, tell them go to Walmart.
I said, go to Walmart. Go to Bojangles or McDonald's, and you're talking to
the machine
rather than an individual. It won't be long before the robot will be over the grill.
That's it.
Flipping the hamburgers. So many things. The rapid adoption of artificial intelligence is in all areas of our lives, and if people are not being trained in these areas and augmenting what they're learning in school with this automation, they're going to be in trouble as far as employment is concerned. And the areas where we really need people in the area of human relations and mental health and those kinds of things, we're still not getting people to go into those fields because they don't pay enough.
Yeah.
And teachers, we're still needing teachers.
Say that again, sir.
And they won't pay them enough, so people are not going there. Registered nurse is another one that they need more people. A software engineer, those kind of areas that people need to be looking at for jobs.
Well, we'd love to hear from you. Have you had some challenges with your particular degree and having difficulty getting into that job market, or decided to do something different after seeing something about it you didn't like? Either way, we'd love to hear from you, because it's important for the future of our young people. Everybody won't be athletes. Even that's changed to some degree. Again, every time 10 become professional, there's 100,000 not graduating people. We're talking about 100,000 athletes who just don't get in that professional market, that next level.
Yeah.
And so we were talking about even purchasing a home now. There are costs. The cost of to get a 1-bedroom apartment in Austin, Texas, because we got relatives there. They're trying to get a 1-bedroom apartment in Austin, Texas, and it's $3,500 a month.
Wow.
For an 1-bedroom apartment.
Wow.
There's some in Charlotte. There's some tough ones there, price-wise in Charlotte. So when you start talking about buying a home and all of the steps you have to go through, and then being able to maintain it, may have to look at some other ways of saying, okay, how do we save our monies and prepare another way for it?
Yeah. And not to mention the rising cost of getting a 4-year
degree
or an advanced degree.
Yeah. There's another one. Hey, listen, we're going to talk more about those things as we go on, just to kind of get your ideas. You all out there listening, think about what you can do with you if you got someone that's going to college. Talk to them about getting in the right field. Don't just get a degree for the sake of having one. You need to be in a field that's going to produce a future for you and your family. Sometimes a little money, a little less money over a long period of time will grant you a better life than a whole lot of money for a short time. Keep that in mind. Serena Williams. Let's talk about the girl. All right, what we got here? Officially, after 4 years away, she's going to get a wild card double invitation to an HSBC championship at Queen's Club in London. That happens, is it today? No, 2 more days.
2 more days.
Couple more days.
Yeah.
June the 8th, according to Yahoo Sports.
Yeah, she'll be playing in a doubles tournament with, I think his last name is Mboko, with a young lady, Canadian rising star, Victoria Mboko. And so that should be interesting. I was explaining to someone yesterday because they were saying, "Oh, she should stay in retirement and go out on top." I said, "Well, let me explain something to you. She wouldn't be coming back if the likelihood of her winning wasn't good, because now we have again AI and all of these analytics in professional sports." You can bet your bottom dollar, because there's money involved in betting on tennis and everything, that people have analyzed it and says, okay, if she comes back and participates in these events, the likelihood of her winning is going to be such and such.
Yeah.
So I pray that she'll stay healthy and that she'll do well. She looks phenomenal. I was watching some. She was working out, and so. It'll be interesting to see if she comes back, and I don't think she'll ever get to the level that she was when she was younger.
Oh no,
because
44.
age.
Yeah, she's 44. Yeah,
age is age has the final say.
All I want to make sure she has is that serve. If she has that serve, boy, that girl can hit a ball.
Yeah.
Woo,
and I think with the doubles, she don't have to cover as much area. This is probably made more for her than going single, because that serve, a lot of them can't deal with that serve, and then her not having to move so much, because in her last couple of years, man, she was struggling trying to get around, and she had an extra, had a baby, extra weight, and it was tough on her. So.
Yeah,
I wish her the best. But.
Yeah, youth goes a long way, but then you can't discount experience.
Oh yeah,
and we'll talk about this shortly. I saw that in the final game.
First game, yeah.
First game.
Yeah.
Experience versus youth and vigor.
Well, she's a 23-time Grand Slam single champion. You can't overlook that.
Can't overlook that.
Yeah, and that's there's some, like you said, there's some skills, there's some wisdom there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell, we're talking about how smart people are, and I was asking somebody, well, smartness is great. I'm glad he's smart. I'm glad they're smart, but do they have wisdom? There's a lot of people who don't have wisdom with understanding to get that next level. But nonetheless, since you're on it, let's go ahead and talk about that game at San Antonio Wednesday night. It looked like the Spurs looked good for a moment.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're talking about a young team that has a lot of talent and a lot of ability. I was watching the first 3 quarters of it, and when they went up 13, I said, I'm going to bed, because I don't think New York's going to bounce back from this one. I woke up to a different outcome because of experience.
Yeah. Them last few minutes, the Knicks were clicking they was putting on a clinic. Not missing a thing, no turnovers, good defense. They were doing all the right things.
And getting the right amount of help from their bench.
Well, that's what it's going to, you can win. If you got a bench that not only can hold it, but the Knicks bench can take it to the next level while your starters are rested.
Yeah.
No, they don't just hold it. They can take it next level.
Yeah, we noticed when Wembanyama was out, that they would get closer. The gap would start to close. So as you say, age and experience over ability.
Yeah.
I had mixed feelings and emotions about it initially as I was watching it, because I hadn't watched very much professional basketball this season for various reasons, and to me the first half was boring. A lot of 3-point shooting, no post play.
Yeah.
A lot of one-on-one basketball.
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of things that detract my attention from and really enjoying it.
The strategy, there was not much in there's too much individual, but I'm like you. Now, no disrespect to Cornette, he's a good backup center, and he did a couple of good things in against OKC. He did a couple of good things. I appreciate it. But however, like you're saying, now you're into, if you can get in that paint, and you can control the paint.
Yeah. I got a feeling, I could be wrong, tonight Wemby gonna come out with a vengeance.
He ought to.
Yeah, because he didn't look as well, and of course they need him. That's why I tell him, my barber, he loves Spurs, say the only problem with the Spurs, he's got to score about 40 and get about 15 rebounds for them to win. He's got to be the man, every night for them to win.
Yeah, you're right. He needs to come out with a vengeance, but it has to be controlled. Vengeance.
Yeah.
Because he's prone to emotion, and when he plays at a high intensity level with that kind of emotion, he tends to do things that are out of character for him.
Yeah.
So he may not last when it comes to fouls, or he was ejected from a game earlier in the season. Yeah.
Well, people can play that. Emotion can help you for a while, but you can't get emotional. Let everybody else be emotional.
Yeah.
But it drains you. Emotion will drain you quicker than methodic play. Being methodic.
But if he'll come out and get in that low post and see the ball going in on that low post before he try to go to that three-pointer. He, nothing like seeing the ball go through the hoop with some layups or some easy shots or a free throws. Then it gets easier for you. And sometimes he comes out just shooting up threes like he did the other night. And it just
one out of 7 at first, I think, something like that.
And they need to play fast because New York has trouble covering the fast break when they do fast break. So
New York they controlled the tempo. They had the tempo in their control.
They know how to slow the tempo down. As what John Wooden used to say. Play fast, but not in a hurry.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, look, guys, it's been good being with you all today and making some things happen. We know that coming up in just a minute or so after the news, MP1, MP2, and MP3 will be sharing with us, and they're always a great guys we talk with. We have a good conversation in between the shows, so if we're a little bit late coming on, it's because we're talking about something. No, just kidding. They'll be on time. We're looking forward to hearing from them as well. Hey, whatever you do, make sure you understand the only thing that evil needs to triumph
is for good men to do nothing.
Bye-bye.